The Human Design, a gift that keeps on giving. Between Utopia and Dystopia, a collection of telltales from Val's Sanctuary of Creativity. There are gifts that are conceived by the giver as heartfelt and important. The receiver gets the message, and the gift becomes a truly special one. I have received a few very special gifts throughout my life, one of which was a personal human design reading. Let me tell you a bit about Ra and the human design. Ra Uru Hu is the founder and messenger of the human design system. His story is a wild one. He was born Robert Allen Krakauer in Montreal, Canada, and lived his early years there. He left Montreal to travel and eventually settled in Ibiza, Spain. In 1987, according to his own account, he had a unique mystical experience. An encounter with a voice during which he received a transmission of information, a download, which today is known as the Human Design System. It took him years to integrate the experience and make sense of it. In time, he shared his knowledge with students in Europe and the United States. The International Human Design School was established as Jovian Archives. Ra Uru Hu dedicated his life to teaching and spreading the knowledge of the science of differentiation around the world. I interviewed Ra in 2010 on the Sing Your Heart Song radio program. I sat in front of the computer on Long Island while he spoke with me from Ibiza. This experience was a big honor for me. I never met him in person, but the intent was there to meet him in Montreal that following April at the Human Design Immersion event. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. A few months later, on March 11, 2011, Ra passed on. May he rest in peace. It was the same day the tsunami in Japan occurred. A memorable day for me. My friend Rita lived in Siena on the Etruscan coast in Tuscany, in Italy, when she befriended Nisarg, who was one of Ra's first students of the Human Design System. Ra was visiting the area to teach a workshop, and my friend was captivated by what he was teaching without really understanding any of it. As a birthday gift for me, she commissioned Nisarg to record a reading of my personal chart. She felt intuitively that a human design reading would be a valuable gift for me. The timing was around the turn of the new millennium. The gift arrived. The reading was recorded in a cassette tape and accompanied by a chart. Due to my earlier studies and acquaintance with astrology, the I Ching, and the chakras, I was immediately intrigued. The chart showed the outline of a human body with multiple science and divination systems interlinked and arranged in a way that represented a differentiated me. While I cruised in my white Ford Taurus between the 5 towns and Jones Beach, I often listened to the cassette, where a stranger described what she saw in my chart. The language was both foreign and familiar. Her interpretations resonated and made me curious. I then realized I was embarking on an exciting new journey, a journey to me, a quest into the authentic self. Ra's human design system has its own linguistic and vocabulary. In his language, my chart reads something like the following. I belong to the largest category of humans, the generator type, the doers and shakers of humanity. All of my centers are defined. This is rare. And I have the quadruple split. This is very rare. My profile is a 2-4, which means I am a hermit until opportunity arises. My authority comes from the emotional solar plexus. My defined channels show a design of custodianship, of being driven, and of the thinker. The design expresses my commitment to higher principles and of being a part that is seeking a whole. I have a unique personal destiny. My parents were both manifesting generators, according to the human design. They were in touch with who they were. Looking back on their lives, they surely did generate and manifest. In retrospect, they led an overall peaceful and satisfying life. Naturally, there is much more to it. Life is multifaceted and experiential. I find the human design system to be a wonderful tool to better understand oneself, others, and our human connections and interactions. It helps to unveil conditioning, even on a subconscious level. It also helps to fine-tune intuition and to learn how to read energy more accurately when meeting or interacting with others. Human design helps reveal a correct path in order to experience more satisfaction and less frustration. Since each individual is unique, this may be true just for me as a generator. I look at the chart today like an art critic, engaging with a masterpiece in a museum. The differentiation is of the divine. In the process of living my design, I became a passenger in the vehicle, which means that I learned to witness more and gauge my emotional responses more accurately. I learned to stand back and take a closer look. I immersed myself in the teachings, took courses on Jovian Archive, and purchased materials. At the time, mainly from Zeno, who was one of Ra's first students in the United States. Zeno made the human design her life's work. She thought it necessary to prove that the human design could be used to heal emotional trauma and bring relief, awareness, and consciousness to Earth. I felt an affinity with her language and in her approach. I interviewed her on the Sing Your Heart Song radio program. She was a great teacher to me, and Zeno has also passed by now. May she rest in peace. I bought all of Chetan Parkin's books and still listen to his elaborations on Facebook. Chetan was also among Ra's first students. I like the way Richard Rudd attempts to link the human design to our DNA with the gene keys. Cultivating how to live based on my human design has saved me from confusion as I learned to navigate between satisfaction and frustration. I now wait more patiently through a cycle of emotions until clarity arrives. There is no truth in the moment for me. I have learned the value and importance of buying time when making important as well as minor decisions. I also learned to live with multiple truths. I make decisions with more care, knowing that once my generator motor turns on, there will be satisfaction or frustration at the other end. If you're a manifester, then the issue for you may be about peace versus anger. And your strategy for peace is to inform those around you about your intentions and your actions. You may have to wait for an invitation, literally or metaphorically, if you are a projector. As a reflector, you may want to wait out the cycle of the moon before making major decisions. It depends on your design. In short, I learned a lot about how I tick and became more sensitive in recognizing how I click with others. The world is in the midst of a major convulsive transformation, and I think that the emergence of tools like the human design system can facilitate the evolution of a more enlightened humanity. We are becoming emotionally more aware. Knowing ourselves can impact others and make our relationships more conscious, respectful, and more joyous. The human design mechanisms work. Its strategies and techniques are invaluable, helpful tools for increasing personal and relationship awareness. Human design is a gift to humanity that keeps on giving. Today, I am satisfied with my human journey. It never ceases to amaze me what it means to be myself. In all the highs and lows, I am always curious what shall come next. A truly special gift.